it's as quarterback-friendly a coach in Kevin O'Connell as you can find.
Right, and if you're the Vikings, and I know this for a fact, they have been doing extensive homework on this quarterback class, but they're also, like the Raiders, sitting there and going, we don't know if anyone's making it to us anymore.
No, that's
that's why Kevin O'Connell was obviously very vocal at the Combine about the need to, or the hope to bring back Kirk Cousins, which is far from a guarantee, because they're a team, like you said, built to win now, but they're also a team that if you got a rookie quarterback that you believe in that can win now, you don't even know if that quarterback's going to be there because you pick outside the top 10.
Yep. Why do you think this is happening with Cousins? Because it really felt fait accompli. He was just going to go back. Do you think it's a money thing? Do you think there's a disconnect or a concern with the Achilles? Random things.
I think it's money.
Yesterday I just Googled a quarterback Achilles injuries. Quarterbacks just never do their Achilles. It's like Vinny Testaverde in 1999 and then Rodgers and Cousins. I guess now because guys are just playing later into their careers, but I don't really know what Cousins is going to look like. I would assume that he's probably going to be fine. I know planting your leg and everything.
It is the plant leg.
Yeah.
Rodgers was
concern.
not. Cousins is.
But also, he's not reliant on his mobility at all, really. So I suspect that, you'd project that he's going to be the 12th best quarterback in football next year, something like that, a bit better than Russell Wilson.
Which he is every year of his career. That's what he is.
Exactly.
Kirk Cousins, top 12 quarterback, his official legal name. The other thing is, though, but it just feels like, as somebody who's studied Kirk Cousins a lot, he was the Commanders quarterback.
You're a scholar of Cousins.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. PhD. No, but he is somebody that the way he's wired is he wants as much money as possible. It's important to him, guaranteed. And so I think the Vikings, he's not giving a hometown discount. I think he would be, I'm guessing, this is all speculation. I don't have any inside sources on this. But he would like to go back to the Vikings. If everyone offers him the same amount of money, he'd go back to the Vikings.
Right.
But if there's a team out there that's willing to break the bank for him and go pay more, he'll go to that team. He's not giving the Vikings a hometown discount for whatever reason. He's somebody that just wants every single dollar that he can get. And so, which is, God bless. You know what I mean? There's, certain quarterbacks are built differently. Whatever. Brady took a pay cut for many years in New England. So I think the Vikings are we like Kirk Cousins. We want Kirk Cousins back. We're not willing to pay $45, $50 million a year. We're not going to pay something crazy.
I don't think Arthur Blank will be outbid here, is my takeaway.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yep. I also think there is a bit of a weird thing with Cousins and the Vikings where, coming into this season and coming into the year prior as well, I think that was always the thought that, all right, the new kind of coach, I think that Cousins probably move on from Cousins. He's not really part of the future. And then he just started playing really well and it kind of got awkward and then he gets hurt and just a strange sequence of events. But I think with the Falcons...
But that was the reason they hired Kevin O'Connell was because, this part I do know from talking to people on the inside there is that when they were interviewing coaches, some coaches were one of the questions was, what do we do with Kirk?
Yeah.
And some of the coaches were we got to draft somebody, we got to start over. And Kevin O'Connell came in and said, I can win with Kirk. I had him in Washington. I know him from Washington. I can win with Kirk. I will make Kirk work. I want Kirk.
Yep.
And so that was one of the reasons he got the job, is that was the answer they were hoping to get was, but yes, speculation in the press was...
Yep, that he might not be part of the future. But, it seems like he was going to be based on the way he played this year. But if he ends up on the Falcons, that is, I think, from a fantasy perspective, from a betting perspective, that is kind of the dream landing spot because team is loaded at the rest of the roster. And they almost made the playoffs and they were in the hunt for the division until the final day of the season with the bottom two quarterback production all year between what Ritter and Heineke were giving them. Putting Kirk Cousins, if he is just 80% of the guy that he was last season. You've got last year the number 12 defense by EPA, awesome offensive line, Drake London, whatever Kyle Pitts can be, Bijan Robinson, who everyone is
he will be very good next year. Very good.
All of a sudden that team
I'd be back in on Kyle Pitts.
Right.
I would be back in on Kyle Pitts in a huge way if Cousins is there as a quarterback. Drake London suddenly becomes, a legit top 20-ish wide receiver as well, 1,000%. And they become the easy favorites for the NFC South.
Yeah, they're already the favorites for the NFC South, and they would become even more favored. And also, maybe we can get DraftKings to set a market on Matthew Berry's ride or die, because if Kirk Cousins is there, Bijan Robinson, I think, goes pretty high to the top of the list. People have kind of forget that Bijan was Bijan was awesome last year when he was used.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a coaching issue there.
The talent hasn't gone anywhere.
Right.
He's going to be a top 5 running back next season.
And they're one of the only teams, when I get ready for the draft and look at team needs on the offensive line, one of the only teams I think will roll into next year with the same 5.
Yeah.
And it's a good 5.
It is a good 5.
So the Falcons, stock would be up on that. Just to recap, Cousins is currently the favorites go to Atlanta at -225. The Vikings are +150.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotorworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.